your experience, your lived experience, as well as your professional experience and your education as a licensed healthcare professional is exponentially more credible than any certification that you could possibly get. Period. Point blank. End of story. Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of the Charyse Williams Show. I am so excited to bring you this topic today because this question it lands in my inbox, whether it's on Facebook or whether it's on Instagram or even LinkedIn. It lands in my inbox probably 6 to 7 times a week, at least. And so I thought, you know what? Let me go ahead and do a podcast episode on it to address this question and concern. And so this question is typically from nurses, nurse practitioners, even physicians that I get it all the time, like I mentioned. And it's the question around, do I need a certification, or what certification do I need in order to launch my online coaching business? Okay. So today, what I want to share with you is 3 reasons why you don't need a certification to launch your online holistic health coaching business. Starting with number 1. Number 1 is, drum roll, please, your clients don't even care. I mean, really, they don't. Your clients don't care. And honestly, they won't ask. Okay. No one. And when I say no one, I am not being, no one, zero. No one has ever asked, no potential client or client has ever asked me if I had a certification or what certifications I have. All they've known really is that I'm a nurse. If you know me at all in any capacity, then you know that I was an ICU nurse, right? And so the only times I've ever gotten asked what qualification or what certifications I have, it's been by nurses. It's been from nurses wanting to create their own online coaching businesses, right? And so it was more from a curiosity perspective. But in terms of clients or even potential clients, I've never had not a one ask me, okay? Because here's the thing. They don't care. What they really care, all they care about is that you are going to help them get the results that they're wanting to get. You're going to help them attain the results that they're wanting to attain. That's what they want to know. That's all they want to know. Can you help me is what they want to know. And so, do you need certifications in any particular area in order to start? No. You don't. You don't. And you guys, I share this example often with permission, of course. I actually mentioned it in the book that I published back in March 2022, Creating the Functional Medicine Revolution. It was an anthology. And so I mentioned one of my clients in that book. And so when she found me online, her hemoglobin A1C was 11. She was put on meds by her provider, of course, because 11 is kind of high, pretty high, very high. And when she reached out to me, it was down to 9. And she said, I need to work with you. And I said, okay. And she knew that that's an area that I specialized in because of how I show up online, because of my brand positioning, because of the content that I post online, right? And so she started with me. She enrolled in my 12-month program. We worked together hand in hand for 12 months. She went from a 9 to a 5.4 or 5.6 and off of meds. That's exciting. That's exciting. Again, she never asked, what are your what are you certified in? No, she knew that I could get her results. And she did, in fact, get results. Okay. And so here's the thing. Millions, and I am not exaggerating, multi-millions of people are online and they're looking for solutions to their problems. And here's the thing. You have the solutions. You have them, but they can't find you because you're not there. You're not showing up. You're resisting. You're hesitating. You're holding back. You're doubting yourself. And to that, I say, stop it. Stop it. Just stop it. Stop it. Really. Get out of your head. Get out of your way and show up to serve, because that's what's needed now more than ever. That's what's needed now more than ever. Okay. So the second reason why you don't need a certification to launch your online holistic health coaching business is from a regulatory standpoint or regulation standpoint or a compliance standpoint. There is, as of the recording of this podcast, May 2023, The coaching industry does not have a requirement. It's not regulated that you have XYZ certification. Okay. And this is whether it's business coaching, health coaching, holistic health coaching, mindset coaching, financial, any of that. There's not a regulatory agency over the coaching industry. Okay. So that's number two. And the thing of it is, you have to be willing. Because I was willing to get out of my own way, to get out of my head, to chart my own path. You guys, I was able to, many of you know this, I was able to create a six-figure holistic health coaching business online within 9 months. And then really scaled that, really started to make quantum leaps from 8,000 a month to 10 to 16 to 30 and on per month. I think we hit 30,000 in our 18th month in business, and it continues to grow. But you have to be willing, you have to have the willingness to go, to show up and to serve. Okay. Now, I want to share this with you only because people ask. So I am a huge proponent of education. So don't misconstrue. I don't want what I'm saying to be misconstrued or misrepresented in any way. I am a huge proponent of education. As you can see, for those of you who are watching this on YouTube, on whatever platform you're watching this on, I have tons of books and I've read all of those books, many of them more than once, right? So I'm a huge proponent of education, but do you need a certification to start, to launch your business? The answer is absolutely unequivocally no. Now, because I'm such a huge proponent of education, and because I love learning, and to be quite honest, there will never be a time when I'm not learning, and hopefully for you, there will never be a time when you're not learning. I plan on learning, continuing to learn, and continuing to increase my knowledge in various areas, not just for me and for my own personal health, but for that of my kids, my husband, my family, and yes, absolutely my clients as well. So I'm always learning. But for those of you who might be wondering, I do currently have several certifications. I have, when I say several, I have a lot. I have a lot of certifications now. Again, because I just love learning. But I'm certified. I'm a living on live food educator, certified living on live food educator. Also, living on live food chef. Believe it or not, I did that for me. I didn't do that for my clients. I don't plan on cooking for anyone, but I have to feed myself, right? And my family. And I also am certified. I'm a certified neurotransformational coach, because everything starts here, up here, up here in your mind, in your brain. That's where everything starts, right? And so, because I am absolutely fascinated with our mind and how our mind works and human behavior, I ended up getting that certification for myself. And then my clients actually get the benefit of it, right? Clinical aromatherapy. I'm currently in a nutritional endocrinology course. And I mean, there's tons of things. There's probably, like I said, I have lots of certifications, and I'm sure I've missed plenty of them. And again, I share that with you because were those required for me to start? No. All of those came much later, like literally more recently than not. I did not have those certifications when I started my business, when I launched my business. Okay. I just want to make that abundantly clear. Number three, your experience and education as a licensed healthcare professional. So whether you're RN, NP, MD, ND, DO, whatever your professional designation is, it's exponentially more credible than any certification that you could possibly get. And I want to repeat that, because I think it bears repeating. Your experience, your lived experience, as well as your professional experience and your education as a licensed healthcare professional, is exponentially more credible than any certification that you could possibly get. Period. Point blank. End of story. And speaking of story, I want to share this. I'm going to share a story with you. So I was on the phone. This was several months ago. Had a conversation with someone who was a prospect, and when I tell you, this lady was so educated and so qualified, dare I say, even overqualified. Like her, she had a bachelor's degree in like nutritional science. She had a master's degree in like goodness, what was it? Bio something about food. I don't know. It was bioengineering and food, or something to that effect. She had a PhD in something around, again, nutritional health, something nutritional health related, right? So she had a bachelor's, a master's, PhD, and she had just recently completed a a online health certification to boot, right? And I asked her, I said, "What has stopped you from launching your business?" And do you know what she told me? She said, "I don't know that I'm qualified. I don't know that I'm really qualified." I said, "Excuse me?" I'm sorry, what? Can you repeat that back? Is and so se and I'm not and I'm really not I'm not making fun, I'm not poking fun at her, but how many but and the reason why I was really taken aback is because she's, dare I say, overqualified. She has all these qualifications. All and here's the thing, like even a health certification, some health certifications are like 6 weeks long. How long have you been in school? You have been in school, and I don't care when you went to school, but to get your undergrad, how long was that? To get your master's degree, how long was that? To get your PhD, your MD, whatever it is, how long was that? It was a long time, right? And so I just found it really fascinating that with all of the letters, behind her name and all the knowledge that she had amassed over the years, and she was concerned that she wasn't qualified. And so what she didn't have, I should say, what she didn't have was the belief. That's the piece that she didn't have. That's a critical piece. And that far exceeds any piece of paper across the board. Okay. And so I'll just share with you from my perspective, like I didn't need, and you don't need a piece of paper to tell you that you do, in fact, know what you know. I had anecdotal proof. Number one, everything that I was sharing with my clients and they were getting results, the reason why I was able to share that is because that knowledge that I had gained, and a lot of it was, when I first started, was all self taught, like all self taught. And I used it on myself and I healed myself. I mean, if you guys know my story, I had debilitating migraines. I mean, I pretty much I lived with migraines every day, right? And I decided that I didn't want to take medication. I didn't want to have to take medication every single day. I knew that that was my body communicating to me that something was wrong, and I was determined to find out what that was. And so between the chronic migraines, the chronic fatigue, the knee pain, the excessive weight gain, all of that, you guys, again, I started utilizing all these different healing modalities, from using food as medicine to therapeutic essential oils to medicinal herbs to breath work, meditation. I mean, all these different modalities. So I knew, and I was able to heal myself naturally. And then I started sharing that with friends and family and colleagues, and they started getting the results. So I was clear. I was clear. Oh, this works. What I know works. And I have the proof. So for that reason, I never felt like I needed that piece of paper. I had the belief. I had the belief and the knowing that what I could offer was beneficial, that what I could offer, that what I was offering was a different approach to healing that worked. And I was clear of that. Okay. And so, what we talked about what you don't need, right? But what you do need is this. We haven't talked about what you do need. What you absolutely need is belief. You absolutely need belief in yourself. You absolutely need to have a desire, a willingness, a hunger, a grit, a knowing that you are called to impact the world on a larger scale. You need that. You need to own your brilliance. These are things that you do need. You need to own your brilliance because you are freaking brilliant. You need to own your years of experience, your years of expertise, your years of knowledge, of education. All of that. What's absolutely required is that you own it. That's what's required in order for you to launch your own coaching business, online coaching business. You got to own it. You got to own who you are, and you got to own your stuff, the stuff that you know, the brilliance that you have. Okay. Now, there are other things. You don't need these to start, but these are things that you do need. And these are all things that we cultivate inside of the Six Figure MBA program. That's my program. MBA, by the way, stands for Mindset, Business Development, and Ascension. Okay. So what you need a proven roadmap, right? You need a proven blueprint, if you will. So you're not all over the place and taking, I always like to say, you're not spending 40 years in wilderness trying to figure it out. right? You need a mindset. You need to cultivate a mindset for success. You need clarity around who you are here to serve and how you'll serve them, how you want to serve them. And so, with that, it encompasses program development. What are the components of your program? What does your program look like, right? You need a customized online marketing strategy, not just a generalized blanket strategy, because everybody's business is different. Even with you being in the online health coaching space or online holistic health coaching space, remember everyone is different. Everyone's business is going to be different. No one can do what you can do the way you can do it. You hear me say that all the time, and you'll always hear me say this. No one can do what you can do the way you can do it, right? And so you need a customized online marketing strategy, right? You absolutely need to know how to have an effective enrollment conversation so that you can enroll clients that are showing up. Absolutely. And you 1000% need a clear cut, customized client acquisition strategy so that you have a steady flow of clients coming into your practice or your business, right? And you don't have those ups and downs in income, which I see so often, online. And so these are all the things that, again, that we cultivate and develop in the Six Figure Business Academy. Six Where did Academy come from? It's actually Six Figure MBA program. Not sure. Maybe I should rename it. That came out so effortlessly. I need to look at that. These are not things that you need to have clear cut in line in order to launch. Because how would you know all of that? You wouldn't, because that's not your expertise. You know what you know, right? Most of my clients, I will share with you, most of my clients who work with me, they have an idea, of what they want to do, but they don't have any framework for it. They don't really know like the pieces of it. They don't know how to really take everything out of their head and their heart and monetize that, create a program around that, create a thriving business around that. And that's why they come to work with me. I have other clients that come to work with me who they've kind of been in business, they've been figuring it out, but they're just not where they want to be. And so they really need a revamping and streamlining and restructuring of what they already have in place so that they can start to make those quantum leaps and make the level of impact that they're wanting to make. So there's a variety. But going back to the original question which is what certifications, or do I need certifications in order to launch a holistic online holistic health coaching business? The answer is no. Unequivocally no. What is needed? It's belief. It's belief in yourself and the willingness to go for it. I can't give you that part. You got to show up with that piece of it. You've got to show up with the belief in yourself, and you've got to show up with the willingness to go for it. Okay. Beyond that, if you need support, I am absolutely here for you, right? So just reach out. You can find me on all social media platforms. You guys know how to find me. And so now that that's settled, you can move forward in confidence, bringing your brilliance and making the level of impact that you're wanting to make on the world. Okay. All right. So until next time, you guys, I love you. And I will see you soon. Bye for now.